welcome to ChemShore. Today we are discussing the second part of the chapter chemical thermodynamics, that is thermochemistry. That is thermochemistry means it's actually the thermodynamics of chemical reaction. That is, we are concentrating the thermodynamics of a chemical reaction. It is a study deals with the energy change accompanying a chemical reaction. In this section we are studying so many chemical reaction and its energy changes, and we are also doing some problems. Okay. That is, thermochemistry is a branch of chemical thermodynamics that deals with the heat changes accompanying a chemical and physical transformation. That is, it is a study deals with the energy change or heat change accompanying chemical and physical transformation. That is chemical reaction. That is the energy change or heat change accompanying a chemical reaction. It's a branch of thermodynamics which deals with the energy change accompanying a chemical reaction. Also, we can define like this also. That is, thermochemistry is the branch of chemical thermodynamics that deals with the heat changes accompanying chemical and physical transformation. That means what? Chemical reaction. Okay, can you say what is actually happening in the case of a chemical reaction? That is, what is actually happening in the case of a chemical reaction? That is, some bonds are breaking and some bonds are formed. It is bond making and bond breaking takes place during a chemical reaction. Hence we can say like this also, that thermochemistry deals with the study of bond breaking and bond making. Okay. That is, usually chemical reaction normally involve exchange of energy. That is, exchange of energy. Exchange of energy between the system and the surrounding. That is, exchange of energy between system and surrounding. That is, exchange of energy between a system and surrounding due to the cleavage of existing bond and the formation of a new bonds. That is, new bonds are formed in the products and also the existing bonds are broken. Okay. As a result, we can say like this, that is, during a chemical reaction, the total energy of the products of a reaction is usually different from that of the reactants. That is, during a chemical reaction, there is a reactant and products. There is energy, total energy of the products of a reaction is usually different from that of the reactants due to the bond breaking and bond formation. Okay. Now next, what do you mean by heat of a reaction? Heat of a reaction. Heat of a reaction means, that is, heat of a reaction at a given temperature for a particular reaction. That is, for a particular reaction at a given temperature is defined as a heat change. That is, heat of a reaction means heat change produced in the reaction. That is, heat change produced in that reaction when the molar quantities of the reactants and products are those shown in the stoichiometric equation for the reaction. Depends upon the various factors such as the states of the substance, involved and the temperature. That is, the heat of the reaction depends upon the various factors such as the state of the substance, in which states that substance belongs, that is liquid, solid state or gaseous state, and also it depends upon the temperature. That is, this heat of a reaction depends upon the state of the reaction, state of the substance, and also the temperature. Okay, that is, it also depends upon whether the reaction is carried out at constant volume. That is, whether it is carried out at constant volume or at constant pressure. That is, this part we had already discussed. That is, the heat evolved or absorbed in a chemical reaction at a given temperature is called the heat of the reaction. We have two types of heat of reaction, that is, heat absorbed or evolved at constant volume, or heat absorbed or evolved at constant pressure, that is QV and QP. It is heat of the reaction at constant volume, that is QV, and heat of the reaction at constant pressure, that is QP. It is from the first law of thermodynamics. We had already discussed this part, that is QV is equal to what? That is delta U. Internal energy change is equal to heat absorbed or evolved at constant volume. And also we had studied one relation also, that is delta H is equal to QP, that is enthalpy change is the heat absorbed or evolved at constant pressure. Okay, this part is mentioned in the first law of thermodynamics, and we have one more equation, that is we have delta H is equal to delta U plus P delta V. It is in the gaseous reaction. In gaseous reaction, PV is equal to what? nRT, ideal gas equation. That is, we have P delta V is equal to delta Ng RT. So we can write like this, that is delta H is equal to delta U plus delta Ng RT, that is gaseous form. Delta U is equal to delta H is equal to delta U plus delta Ng RT. This is the equation. Here we are giving some thermochemical notations, that is, don't get confused for that notations. It is for delta U, we are notating like this, delta U R. This is the thermochemical notations for delta U, and delta H for, okay, then we have equation delta H is equal to R plus delta Ng RT. Okay, this is very important equation. And delta Ng, what is delta Ng? It is change in the number of moles. Change in number of moles. Change in the number of gaseous moles in the process at temperature Kelvin. And if delta Ng is equal to 0, for those reaction, there is change in the number of moles, gaseous moles is 0. We have delta HR equal to delta UR. If the change in the number of gaseous moles in a particular reaction is 0, this change in number of moles from the reactant side and product side is equal to 0, then we are getting delta H is equal to delta U, that is delta HR is equal to delta UR. Okay, let us do some problems. Okay, if delta UR for the process MCO3 gives MO plus CO2 is 105.0 kilojoule at 400 Kelvin and 1 atmosphere. Okay, calculate the value of delta HR. So here we have the equation MCO3 gives MO is in solid state plus carbon dioxide is in gaseous state. So we have to find delta HR. So the equation is delta HR is equal to delta UR plus delta NGRT. Okay, here delta UR, the value of delta UR is equal to 105.0 kilojoule. Let us convert this kilojoule into joule, that is kilojoule into joule into by 1000, that is 105.000 joule. And here delta Ng, that is delta Ng is equal to 1 minus 0, it is equal to 1. Okay, 1 mole. We have the value of R is equal to 8.314 joule Kelvin inverse mole inverse, that is joule per Kelvin per mole. So standard value, the value of R is equal to 8.314 joule per Kelvin per mole. This is the unit of this R. So we have the equation. Let us substitute in this equation, that is delta HR is equal to delta U plus 1 into 8.314 into 400. Okay, here we have the value, that is we have to calculate it. Okay, 325.6 joule, and finally you have to convert this joule into kilojoule, that is conversion of joule into kilojoule is divided by 1000. Okay, it is 108.325 kilojoule. Okay, here we have 2 more problems. Same equation is used throughout. You guys do one thing, you please pause your video and try to solve out these 2 problems, okay, individually. Let us wind up this section. Thank you.